watching that and your mind is grasping all those things, your mind is trying to understand everything, how to ask questions, how to answer that, how to ask questions, how to answer that. So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Grow with Mamata guys, and this is Mamata. So friends, in today's video we are going to talk about the power of listening. Do you know how did we learn our mother tongue when we were kids? Yes, when we were kids, the first step was to learn a language. We were listening to our parents, we were listening to our family members. So that's how we learned our mother tongue. I mean, just by listening, and then we got to know how to observe them. And then we started observing them, and as we grew up, we started speaking broken mother tongue. Okay, when we started speaking broken mother tongue, people started laughing at us, but we were not caring about them. We were just focusing on our speaking broken mother tongue, and that's how we became fluent at our mother tongue. Firstly, we used to speak words, okay, words, and then sentences, small sentences. Then we started improving ourselves, and then we started speaking fluent mother tongue. But now we are trying to learn a language which is English. We have already a language which is our mother tongue. At that moment when we were kids, we had nothing, our mind was completely empty. Okay, we were blank, we had nothing to speak. That is why it was too easy for us to learn our mother tongue. So we had to learn something to convey our ideas, to express our feelings. So because of that we got to learn our mother tongue. But now when it comes to English, we have already a language. So initially when we start learning a language, our mind tends to translate. Our mind, whenever, you might have ever noticed, whenever we go somewhere and we read something in English, our mind tries to understand that thing in our own language, like in our mother tongue. I mean, as much as you can listen to English, listen. Okay, and if for visual impact, you should watch videos. Like you are watching a podcast. Podcast is one of the best content to improve your English, because in the podcast two guys, they just talk to each other. Literally, someone is asking some sort of questions to others, and other one is just giving answers, I mean answering to another person. So that is how there is the conversation which is going on between two guys, and you are watching that and your mind is grasping all those things, your mind is trying to understand everything, how to ask questions, how to answer that, how to ask questions, how to answer that. So watching podcast is one of the best content, is one of the best technique to learn English, to improve your English. So watch content, or especially podcasts. Okay, so now we have been talking about listening, so let's talk about it without any further delay. Let's get straight into the video. In this video I'm going to talk about some sort of points about listening, so that you can actually take care of that in order to improve your listening skills as well as your speaking skills. Okay, so first thing that I would mention here is that active listening. What do I mean by that? Active listening means whenever you are trying to listen to English, listen to English actively. Okay, if you are a beginner. Okay, if not a beginner, so you can listen to English passively. Passively and actively means, actively means like you are just listening to English, you are doing nothing at all. I mean, you are not cooking, you are not exercising, you are not running, you are nothing at all, you are not walking, you are just devoting your time towards listening. Okay, that is called active listening. But whenever you are what do I mean by that? Passive listening. Passive listening means you are only you are just doing two things, like you're cooking and you're listening to English. But if your level is bigger than beginning, so if you are not a beginner, so you should listen to English passively. Okay, but if you are a beginner, so I would recommend you to listen to English actively, because initially when we are not able to understand everything, when we are not able to speak in English, so our mind needs to understand everything. So when we listen to English actively, our mind tries to understand everything, our mind tries to get all those words that are being used in that content. Okay, so that is why I'm saying listen to English actively if you are a beginner. Okay, according to your level you should choose it. Okay, so now next is I'm going to talk about is your interest. Okay, interest plays an important role in our lives, in any walk of our life. Like if I talk about in our career, if you're not interested about anything, like you are a student and you want to become an engineer, and some your parents or people, I mean society, they are trying you to do doctor, you to become a doctor. So I mean according to your interest you should choose that, because this is your life. So I would say according to your interest you should choose a content. Like I'm interested in podcasts, so I literally watch that, I literally listen to that. Okay, and if you're not interested, that is okay. You should try to listen some interviews, and you should try to listen something else in which you are interested. Okay, so according to your interest you should choose, otherwise you are not going to enjoy it. It will be more pathetic for you, it will be more monotonous for you, it will be looking like it's so boring. You will be feeling apathy. Okay, instead of following anybody, don't follow anyone. I would say according to your personality you should choose contents. Okay, this is what I was trying to emphasize on. Now next is time. How much time you should devote towards listening. I would say set aside a specific time for your listening. Let me tell you guys, if you are a busy person, I actually know, if maybe you are a student, maybe you are a working professional, so it's okay. If you are trying to learn this language, set aside a specific time for your listening. Okay, it is not like you're saying okay today I will listen to English, but you're busy, you're doing this, you're doing that. So if you set a specific time just for your listening, so your mind is so clear, your mind knows that this is what needs to be done, this is what I have to do. That is why I'm saying you should set a specific time just for your listening. Okay, it can be for 1 hour, it can be for 2 hours, according to you, according to your time. How much time do you have, how much time you can devote towards listening, you should make time for your listening. Okay, so I have told you to listen to English properly. You have to make time for your listening. Okay, so that is how your mind will be so clear to listen to English. Okay, now next is using ear devices. Ear devices means you can use your Bluetooth, earplugs, and earphones, headphones, whatever you use to listen to whatever you use to listen to videos on YouTube. Okay, so whenever you are listening, whenever you are trying to listen to English, make sure you are using devices. And I would like to mention here, guys, don't use ear devices for a long time. Okay, more than 1 hour you should not use it. It is very harmful for our ears, and nothing is important than our health. Literally, English is not that much important when it comes to our health. Okay, when we compare English to our health, or anything, if we compare to our health, nothing is more important than our health. So our health is most important for us. If you're not healthy, if you're not feeling well, how you're going to learn English? Okay, so use earplugs. You know what is the benefit of using devices? Because when we use something in our ears, so our mind is very it is very easy for us to listen to that. It is very easy to understand each and every word whatever is going on in audio, so that external voice cannot disturb you. In order to reduce external voice, in order to make yourself more concentrated on listening, you should use ear devices, so your listening will not be interrupted when you use ear devices. Okay, now let's talk about some of the sources from where we can listen to English. Okay, first is audiobooks. Audiobooks is one of the best content for us to improve our English. Especially I like it a lot. I listen to audiobooks to improve my English. There are so many free apps and so many free sources that are available for you to listen to audiobooks. You just need to search it. Okay, so Spotify you can use. That's a very amazing. I actually use it, so that is why I'm also recommending you. Okay, first is audiobooks. So now let's talk about next is listening to English songs. If you like listening to English songs, wow, it is amazing, because songs are like they just sing in a rhythm. If you're not able to understand songs, basically you will not be able to understand songs, because they just speak, they just sing it. They are not actually speaking it, with clear wording, with clear pronunciation. They just sing it in a rhythm. So you can, in order to understand songs, you can find their lyrics means the words that are being used in that song, that are being sung in that song. So in order to understand a song, you can find their lyrics. So I've told you, songs, find their lyrics and read out loud and sing it out loud. What are you waiting for? Sing songs in English. People will not be able to understand your songs. Okay, so do it. What are you waiting for? Next is YouTube. You are doing it. I know that. I don't need to tell it. I don't have to emphasize on it. But let's talk about it. YouTube is one of the best platform in the world to learn any skills. Any types of skill that you are willing to learn, you can use YouTube for free. I've learned English through YouTube. I didn't join any types of institute or any types of coaching and etc. like that in order to learn English. I've just learned English just by watching videos, just by practicing and speaking, all these things that I've done. Okay, this is what I'm also telling you, that you should also do something like this. Use YouTube to improve your English. Watch many videos, watch podcasts on YouTube, and audiobooks that are also available on YouTube. You can actually, if you're not finding any other applications, if you don't take interest in any other applications to listen to audiobooks, you can actually use YouTube to listen to audiobooks. Next is movies. Wow, amazing. If you like watching movies, just watch movies in English. Okay, especially in English. If you're not able to understand their pronunciation, their accent, just switch on the subtitles and try to understand that, try to read that. It's very easy. It is as simple as that. Okay, so watch movies. And especially for me, I don't like watching movies. Because of that, I just watch podcasts, or I listen to podcasts, because I don't take interest in movies. Especially I don't watch movies in my own language. I don't watch. I would say, if you are interested in watching movies, so rather than watching movies in your own language, you should choose English. Watch them into English, because when you completely, when we watch everything in English, when we listen to English all the time, so you are immersing yourself completely into English. Immersion is important, because initially when we were kids, we had environment, but now this is the problem, we don't have environment. Okay, so you have to create an environment in order to learn this language. What are you waiting for? Read in English, write in English, speak in English, look at English. Okay, so everywhere. So guys, whatever I have told you, everything is free, everything is available for free. But if you don't try it out, so it's your fault. It's your problem. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comment down below. You can ask questions in comment down below. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye and take care.